फास्टेस्ट क्रिकेट स्कोर अपडेट्स या सबसे डिटेल्ड स्टैट्स,
क्रिकेट के अंदर बाहर की खबरें
या हेल्दी डिबेट्स,
सबसे एक्यूरेट एनालिसिस
या फैंस का क्रेज, सबके लिए एक ही प्लेटफॉर्म, क्योंकि क्रिकेट मतलब क्रिकेट नेक्स्ट।
Hello and welcome to all our viewers at CricketNext. You are watching Morning Bulletin with me, Karan Bali, and I'm here with yet another set of news for you guys. We'll start with the main news that is doing rounds these days, and that is the return of Jasprit Bumrah, the Indian spearhead. Bumrah has been out of action for a very, very, very long time now, and finally, after so long, his name has been added into an Indian squad, into a team, into a 15-man squad that India will be sending to Ireland, and he'll not just play in Ireland, he'll lead the team in Ireland. Yes, Jasprit Bumrah will be the captain of the Indian team on the Ireland tour, where India will play Ireland for three T20Is starting from August 13th. He will lead the 15-member squad for the three T20Is, and News 18 Cricket Next for the first to report about Bumrah's return to action for the tour of Ireland. We were the first ones to tell you that he will come back in the Ireland tour, and he has now been named in the squad. Bumrah last played for India back in September 2022. We all remember before the T20 World Cup, he was called in for the bilateral series against Australia, and midway through the series, his injury reoccurred, and he has been out of the game since then. So it is a pretty serious issue, and he has been under the watchful eyes of previous Lakshman at the NCA National Cricket Academy in Bangalore for the last 2 months now. He had a surgery and then he had a rehab. But since then, he has been in NCA, improving his fitness and getting back his match fitness. He also played in some practice games at the NCA before he was given the green signal. He had a few. Usually, the players play domestic season. They play domestic tournaments, be it Vijay be it Ranji Trophy, or be it any other trophy that is going on at the time that they want to make a return. But Bumrah played few matches at the NCA, and then only he was given a green signal to be fit enough to play in an international match, and not just play, lead an Indian team into the series, in the series rather. Hardik Pandya has been rested. That's the reason Jasprit Bumrah will be leading the side, and he looks fit. He looks fit. He bowled well in that practice game. Also, they are bringing him back in this series and not directly into the Asia Cup, because they want him to bowl 4 overs first in the T20 format. They want him to bowl 4 overs, field a bit here and there, and bat if the situation arises, so that he can start slowly. They don't want to put him directly into the Asia Cup and ask him, which is this Asia Cup will be played in the ODI format. Yeah, and they don't want him to put it into directly into the Asia Cup and ask him to bowl 10 overs. वो चाहते हैं कि वो बुमराह पहले 4 ओवर्स डालें, उनकी फिटनेस हम और असेस करें, वो धीरे धीरे ग्रूव में आए उनकी बॉडी, क्योंकि एक होता है फिटनेस एंड देन देयर इज मैच फिटनेस. Bumrah is fit, but is he match fit to bowl 10 overs in the Asia Cup and the World Cup? वो देखने वाली बात है, and for that इंडियन टीम एंड बीसीसीआई हैव डिसाइडेड कि हम पहले बुमराह को एक T20 फॉर्मेट में वापस लाएंगे. वहां पे उनसे चार ओवर करवाएंगे 3 मैच में. स्लोली उनकी बॉडी को मैच फिटनेस रिगेन होगी, एंड दैट विल इवेंचुअली दे विल लीड हिम इनटू द एशिया कप. So this is a very, very, very good news for the Indian fans, for the cricket fans, for the Jasprit Bumrah fans. One of the most talented bowlers India has ever seen, the spearhead of Indian pace attack, is making a comeback in this series. And to add on to this, another this good news is that Prasidh Krishna will also be making his comeback in the Indian cricket team. He has also been out of action for a long time because of an injury. Uh, he played for India in last August. This is, you can say, full 1 year full 1 year. He had to 1 year. He had to sit out. He underwent a back surgery before taking the long rehab road, and now finally he has made it to the Indian squad. And as I said, Hardik Pandya, Shubman Gill, Ishan Kishan have been rested. So Jasprit Bumrah will be leading the team. I'll tell you the squad once again for the Ireland tour, where India will play three T20Is. Jasprit Bumrah captain, Ruturaj Gaikwad vice captain, Shashvi Jaiswal, Tilak Verma, Rinku Singh, Sanju Samsung wicketkeeper, Jitesh Sharma wicketkeeper, Shivam Dubey, Washington Sundar, Shahbaz Ahmed, Ravi Bishnoi, Prasidh Krishna, Arshdeep Singh, Mukesh Kumar, and Avesh Khan. This is the squad which will travel to Ireland um, for the three-match T20I series. And uh, after this, soon after this, Asia Cup will begin, where we'll see the likes of Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli play, because that is the ODI format, and this is a three-match, a little small series in the Ireland, where as I said, where these youngsters, this is a very young team as compared to our usual T20 team. Tilak Verma, Rinku Singh, Jitesh Sharma, these people will be traveling to Ireland to represent India for T20I series. Moving on to the next piece of news, and that is the Ashes cricket. And yesterday, the fifth test of the Ashes series got over, and England won the test, and the series was drawn 2-2. Then England fans would be kicking themselves कि अगर उस दिन डे 4 पे मैनचेस्टर में फोर्थ टेस्ट मैच के डे 4 पे बारिश ना होती, तो इंग्लैंड would have won, not easily, but would have won that match, and इंग्लैंड 3-2 से सीरीज जीत जाती और एशेज में अपने पास रखती. अनफॉर्चुनेटली दैट वाज नॉट द केस. बारिश हुई, मैच रद्द हुआ, वो मैच ड्रॉ हुआ, तो अब इंग्लैंड और ऑस्ट्रेलिया ने सीरीज भी ड्रॉ कर दी है 2-2. But the highlight of the match was the man on your screen, Stuart Broad. He announced his retirement on at the end of day 3, and yesterday was all about him. The way he played, the way he bowled. It was one of the best performances he has given, and as he said, that he wanted to leave on a high. He didn't want to drag himself through the next few years in Test cricket and then retire when his form is not that good. At present, his form is pretty good, and he is at a very high point. And he said that I decided, okay, this is the perfect time for me to leave. I've had an amazing career, and this would be a perfect time to leave on a high. And that is what he did. England beat Australia by 49 runs in the fifth and the final Ashes Test. Australia did win the first two tests, but since the third test, England looked a better team. England won the third test, fourth test got drawn, and fifth test again England won. A lot of rain interruption throughout the series, but we got a 2-2 draw, which is a deserved draw because both the teams were good. Both the teams were good in this series. This is one of the best Ashes series you would have seen in the history, if not the best. Australia started their day 5 on 135 for 0, and they were chasing good 384 runs. And when they were starting on 135 for 0, they had certain belief that they might win this. Uh, they had all 10 wickets in hand. David Warner's one Khwaja were looking good, but uh, England had certain other plans, and fate had other certain plans. This day was also interrupted by rain, and many overs were lost because of rain. A lot of time was lost because of rain, but thankfully the rain stopped and the players came back. And since then, it was a complete change in gear. Steve Smith and Travis had put up 95 run stand. They did fight, but it didn't work. Australia were 264 for 3 once in a chase of 384, but at 334 they got all out. So within, you can say, 70 runs, they lost their 7 wickets, and Moeen Ali took 3 wickets, and Chris Wokes took 4 for 50. But it was Stuart Broad who finished off the tourist. who finished off the Australian team, removing Todd Murphy and Alex Carey to take his career tally of wickets to 604, which is fourth on the all-time list. For Stuart Broad, he ended as the fourth highest wicket taker of all time in Test cricket with 604 विकेट्स इन हिज किटी. और जिस तरीके से उन्होंने अपना आखिरी स्पेल डाला, जो क्राउड का जो सपोर्ट था, द वे द क्राउड वाज चीयरिंग स्टुअर्ट ब्रॉड, द वे द इंग्लैंड टीम वाज बैकिंग हिम, स्पेल बेन स्टोक्स द कैप्टन, उन्होंने पूरा स्पेल दिया स्टुअर्ट ब्रॉड को लास्ट में कि वो जाते जाते कुछ विकेट लेके जा सके और इंग्लैंड को जिता सके. सो ब्रॉड की जो आखिरी बॉल थी एज अ बैटर, दैट वेंट फॉर अ 6, एंड his last ball as a bowler, it went for a wicket which helped India beat Australia in the last match of the Ashes. So it is a pretty big moment for Stuart Broad, कि उनको जाते जाते इतना दोनों एज अ बैटर भी उन्होंने एक हाई पे एंड किया, एज अ बॉलर व्हेन दिस इज समथिंग दैट स्टुअर्ट ब्रॉड वांटेड, एज आई टोल्ड यू अर्लियर, दैट ही वांटेड टू लीव ऑन अ हाई, he wanted to leave when there was a perfect opportunity, and he made sure that he created that sort of an opportunity for himself. He took wickets, his family was there, his friends were there, they were crying, they were jumping, enjoyed, the whole stadium was happy. His friend, his great friend Jimmy Anderson was pretty emotional yesterday, because they have been bowling together for the last 15 years, and their partnership in bowling is one of the best, if not the best partnerships that the two pacers can have. So it was a fairy tale ending for Stuart Broad, and now his second innings of his life begins. Hopefully many believe that we'll see him in broadcast, we'll see him comment in the commentary box, but that is something we'll have to wait and see. And along with Stuart Broad, Moeen Ali, who made a comeback in this Ashes series. He was retired from the Test cricket, but before this Ashes series, Ben Stokes messaged him asking Ashes question mark, and he made a comeback. But after this match, he said that okay, I'm done now. I won't be traveling. In England plays India in the next Test series in January. Between that, there's no test for England. So England will travel to India in January next year. And when asked Moeen Ali if he would play in that series, it's India and he is a spinner and he's a quality spinner, it will help him. Moeen Ali said that I am done. I made a comeback because Stokesy asked me, but this is it for now. And if Stokesy messages me again, I will delete that message, because this time he replied and he made a comeback, but he said that now if Stokesy messages me, I will delete the message. There's no chance I'm coming back. So two of the legends of the game, Stuart Broad and Moeen Ali, have said goodbye. Moeen Ali for the second time, but they have said goodbye to the England Test team and to Test cricket. We wish both of them all the best for their future endeavors, for their second innings in life. And we hope that they have an amazing second innings of their life. So this was it for today's morning bulletin. Meanwhile, you guys please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us across all our social media platforms, be it Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and now even Threads. Ask us questions, give your opinions. We are more than happy to take your questions. We do a live every day at 6:30 p.m. and a morning bulletin every day, Monday to Friday at 10 a.m. So please connect with us. Stay tuned and keep watching cricket. Thank you and have a nice day.
फास्टेस्ट क्रिकेट स्कोर अपडेट्स या सबसे डिटेल्ड स्टैट्स,
क्रिकेट के अंदर बाहर की खबरें
या हेल्दी डिबेट्स,
सबसे एक्यूरेट एनालिसिस
या फैंस का क्रेज, सबके लिए एक ही प्लेटफॉर्म, क्योंकि क्रिकेट मतलब क्रिकेट नेक्स्ट.